Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Is that what I usually say? I don't think it is, but it's been like 2 weeks since I filmed my last video, so I'm a little rusty. How are you guys actually doing? Let me know down in the comments. I've been having trouble sleeping, so I'm a little weird at the moment, so forgive me if I act strangely in this video. Today we're actually going to be testing out the KVD Vegan Beauty Shake Primer, which is a high impact eyeshadow primer. Okay, so it says that there's finally an invisible vegan eyeshadow primer for everyone, free of silicone, alcohol, and talc. Well, I believe this is $30, so kind of pricey in my opinion, because I usually do my eyeshadow using just a regular concealer on my eyelid, and it usually does the trick. It's gonna take a lot of convincing for this to really work for me, because I've never used an eyeshadow primer. On one side I'm gonna do my regular routine, and then on the other side I'll use the primer, and then I'll see which side does better. There's like some directions here. It says shake to mix, so I just shook it and you can see all of the liquid turns black, and it says press for 1 drop. There's a little button here on the bottom. It's like a rubbery button, and you just click it and a little drop comes out. It really won't spill out. As you can see, nothing's coming out. You have to click the button. So I think that'll save you a lot of product. And also you're only gonna be using 1 drop for both eyes. It says blend and then apply onto both lids, and then let dry and add any eyeshadow. So I believe blend is just like rubbing them together on your fingers. That's how I saw it on the KVD Vegan Beauty YouTube channel. They just kind of blend it with their fingers and then apply it on their eyelids. My eyelids are kind of veiny, so it's kind of strange. Like, I'm not gonna have any coverage of my regular skin tone. It'll just be like whatever vibrant colors or neutral tones I use for my eyeshadow, and then underneath that you'll be able to see my true skin tone. So I don't know if I like the idea of that, but we'll see how it looks. I really like the fact that it's invisible, so it works on any skin tone, because I've looked at other eyeshadow primers and they're usually kind of like a whitish color or a beige, and it looks very strange on tan or deep complexions. Before I keep going with this video, I just wanted to mention 2 things. In the description, I'm gonna have a link to a Black Lives Matter page. Basically, it has a lot of educational links, and if you feel like you're a little bit confused about the movement or you don't know much about Black history, this website will really help you. Also, there will be petitions that you can sign, organizations that you can donate to if you're able to. So please check that out whenever you guys have the chance, after, before this video, during this video, I don't care. Number 2, wear your mask when you go outside. Let's get on with the video. I just applied my Fenty Beauty concealer, and it's in the shade 240. And I also set it with my Estee Lauder Double Wear powder in 3W2 Cashew. So that's my usual routine, and the colors usually show up very vibrant in my opinion. I never really have an issue. I'm just gonna go ahead and prime this eye with the Shake Primer. So as you can see, it's separated. So now we're gonna shake it up. And now it's all that gray black color. I'm just going to flip it over and dispense a little tiny drop. Perfect. Blend it out, rub it together, and place that on my eyelid, just with my finger. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in so that you can see the difference between the normal eye that I usually do, the normal prep I do for eyeshadow, and then this eye, because I feel like it's too far away for you guys to really understand what's going on, you know? As you can see, this one is completely concealed. You can't see any veins or anything. This one, oh my gosh, I have a huge pimple. Nice. This one, it doesn't even look like I did anything, but I applied the primer. It's like hardly there, like a sweaty eyelid. I'm not explaining this correctly. You guys get me, right? You can hardly feel it. It's really invisible. There's no color whatsoever. And it feels like there's something there, basically. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Icy Fantasy palette. This guy right here. And the Anastasia and Jackie Aina palette. This one right here, it's so pretty. I'm gonna go into this yellowy color right here that's never really shown up too bright on my eyes. Yeah, you can like hardly, well, you can see it. You can see it. It's kind of like a greenish yellowy pastel color. And now I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, so I really do think it's brighter on this eye for sure compared to this eye. Wow, that is a huge difference. Oh, what? That is crazy. Look at how bright it looks on this side. This side, sorry, this side I can really see the pigment, so that is awesome. So far so good. Next, I'm gonna take this powder blue color. Powder blue color usually doesn't really show up that bright. I have a different powder blue from ColourPop, from the Blue Moon palette. That one is super pigmented, even with my regular routine with no primer, just concealer. So let's see how it shows up. In this case with pastels, sometimes I use a white concealer, but it's a little bit harder to blend, so I would rather use my Fenty Beauty. And this is how it looks with the Fenty Beauty. Like, you can hardly see it because my skin tone is, I guess, like my concealer is too dark. So let's see how this looks on my primed eye. Yeah, so I can definitely see the difference. I can see the colors, but it's just not as bright as I would want it to be. This one already looks a lot better. Next, I'm just gonna use this pastel purple. This one usually shows up because it's a little bit darker than the blue. I'm gonna kind of put that in the crease. And now let's do it on this eye. So you guys can see the difference here. This one, it still looks nice, like it doesn't look that bad, but this one is a lot brighter and I hardly had to blend that out. It just blended itself out. It looks really, really good. I think I'm gonna try to use a darker purple and see how it looks on either side, just to compare it using darker colors, not only these pastel looking colors. But I am in love with this primer. It's really, really good. I'm gonna take the shade Big Wig, which is like an eggplant purple tone, and we're gonna just use a regular fluffy brush, not too dense, and I'm gonna kind of put that on the outer V. Okay, it looks good. Looks like it always does. I think it shows up brighter, obviously, because it's not a pastel color. So I usually don't have problems with darker colors. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do the rest of my face makeup and then I'll be right back to share my final thoughts. But this is how it looks right now. So BRB. Okay guys, so I just finished my full face. I just added a wing and some mascara and some shadow on the bottom, on the lower lash line. Let's get into my final thoughts. The only thing that I prefer is how this eye blended out towards the brow bone. I think it looks pretty seamless. My eye base matches my face base, my skin color. So I don't know if you can see, but to me it looks a little bit harsher up here I do still love the primer. I just think I need to learn how to blend it out a little bit better since there isn't a base color for me to work with. I feel like if you use this on top of your concealer, it will break apart because it's kind of oily. So I don't really suggest doing that. But let me show you guys in the ring light so you guys can really see the difference. Okay guys, so this is how it looks with a ring light. As you can see, this eye just looks a lot brighter. The purple is a lot richer in my opinion, and the pastels look really, really bright. And on this eye, it doesn't look bad. It's just not that pop that you're really going for when you're using these bright colors. It's really up to you. Would you spend $30 to get this more dramatic look compared to this look over here? Personally, I really, really do like it, and I'm someone who uses bright colors all the time. So if you're like that too, I think it's definitely worth the money. I'm gonna show you guys some swatches of different colors using just regular concealer on my arm, and then also using the Shake Primer. The swatches that I'm going to show you right now are from this Anastasia palette, and it's going to be the shades Doulas and Wigglies. There's a W in it, that's why I'm pronouncing it that way. So this is Doulas and this is Wigglies. So these are the swatches right here. This is obviously, you can tell it's like pretty dark around the swatch. So this is my concealer plus my face powder, and then the color on top of that. So it's not really that bright, but this is how I usually apply it. I would probably do like multiple layers to make it look as bright as this one. So this is actually the Shake Primer. You can tell it's a lot darker and it looks a lot more pigmented. Again, this is my regular routine with the concealer and my face powder, and then this is how it's swatched, and this is the Shake Primer side. So with these two, I can't really see that much of a difference personally, but with these two, the red definitely looks a whole lot brighter using the Shake Primer. Let me know what you guys think about the Shake Primer. Personally, I really, really like it for days that I want to be using very bright colors, which is usually like every day, but I'm sure it would work really well with really rich brown colors that don't really appear as rich using a regular concealer base. As you can see, this one looks a lot darker on this side, so it's not only using these bright colors, I'm sure it'll work just as well with browns or beige, like, you know, neutral tones, maybe some burnt orange. Like, it would look really, really beautiful and a lot brighter. That being said, it is $30, so if it's not really in your price range, I would suggest getting a concealer that's a little bit lighter. That usually makes the colors pop out a little bit more. But honestly, it is a yes from me. I just prefer the way this eye looks to this eye. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of the Shake Primer and if you guys would purchase it yourselves. And also, let me know what videos to film this week. I need some ideas, guys, so please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys very, 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 very soon. Bye.